You guys, it is one of those days, man. Okay, so far, I'm not exactly sure what what this is. I mean, this has meaning to me, but I don't know if it'll have the same meaning to you. So this is like you are, if this is in relation to my personal situation, it's you are a co-parent with a Capricorn. Um, and one or the other left, like maybe you were in a relationship with a Capricorn, you had children, one of you left. um, they thought you'd be back, but you didn't. It was like a hit and run for the best because they're an arc. And it all is, deeper than you could ever imagine because it's all divinely orchestrated from the smallest thing to the largest thing, from the unseen little microbials all the way to the sun, the moon, and the stars. And um and another thing is that, this occult, you can look at it that way, but it's also like it could be the divine is leading you to a fancy place, right? Leading you out of all of this past into a new fancy place. All right, so what's that? Yeah, basically, I mean, if you want to sum that up in a nutshell, it's basically just saying, a messy past. You're going from a messy past to a fancy place, and it's all divinely orchestrated. Hmm. Somebody's angry about this. Probably that narc that you left behind somewhere along the way. By narc, that means narcissist. Yeah. So we've got the Eye of Horus here. This is definitely like divinely orchestrated. It's I think many lifetimes is what I'm getting from that. Many lifetimes. This has been coming for so long. It's built up over time through many lifetimes, and 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 it's coming through now through the divine. Again, this is also just confirmation of, like, the divine, um, spirit, and powerful, um, powerful unseen energies. Basically, is another way of saying that. Okay. Yeah, so I was kind of getting, this is kind of what I was getting with this Eye of Horus. It's basically saying that like both the light and the dark, spirits are working on your behalf because they all work for God. And if this is God's plan, if this is divinely orchestrated, they're all just playing their part, right? And whether you know it, or not, so are you. Um, and yeah, okay, so two worlds, two sides, um, and I think what is happening is that everything is starting to come together, and everything and everyone is working together towards these things. Okay, the I don't want to say the word because I don't want to trigger anything on YouTube, but this, the end, this the spiritual war, this, revealing of the truth, right? There's a purpose to it all, and there's a cycle to it all, um, and part of what the divine has done is to step in and help you to understand what all of this is, what all of it means, what its purpose in your life in particular is. Because although the world is experiencing this as a whole, God works with us each individually. So each and every one of these things is, was, or has happened in your life. And this is the purpose of it all, to go, from like surviving to thriving. It's all about the journey and what we learn along the way, and like a comet. Okay, so like you're like a shooting freaking star. Okay, and you didn't even know it. But part of the purpose, at least of this lifetime, is to get you to understand that, to get you to see that you are the sun, the moon, and the stars. Like, we are the universe is us, and we're all connected. That is where we are in our journey as humanity. All right, so you know let's see. Yeah, so yeah, I'm getting very much like awakening with this. Like, either you are awakening or you have awakened, um, and you are not alone in that. Many, 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 many people are going through that right now. To the fact that spirits are real, God is real. It's pretty undeniable at this point that there are sources beyond our control that are actually in control of all of this, and it's not us. Oh, where did it go? All right, we have this. Oh, I'm telling you guys, it's one of those days. Everything just keeps dropping and having to pick it up. Oh, so yeah, you have been given a divine gift, an opportunity, an open door to, oh, to the spirit world, to understanding. You know, um, there are certain groups or secret societies that have worked very hard. They've known all of these things for thousands and thousands of years, right? Maybe even longer. And they have used and abused their relationship with the divine for so long by holding back that information, that of the fact that it's real and how to interact, right, with these things. And God is stepping in, right? God is stepping in. God is saying, no more of that. I will not be hidden. God says, I will not be hidden. You cannot hide me. right? I will be seen. You know, God, maybe this fancy place is God's place. God wants to bring you to the fancy place where God lives. You know, maybe that's like the higher realms, the heavens. God wants to bring you there. And there are enemies working against you. Maybe some unseen, demonic forces, playing their part. But there's also, entities right here in the real physical world that are combating you as well. They don't want you to know about these things because it's how they have held and maintained power for so long. Ah, that's interesting. This was just stuck in this deck, right? Everything is coming to light. The truth is coming to light. Happiness and sunshine is part of your gift, the door that God is opening for you, like a portal. Right? Like God is opening the door from your past to your future. Maybe because you finally took some blame, right? Took some accountability for where you were in life, how you got there, and started making the right changes, right? Maybe you realized that you didn't have God in your life, even if you thought maybe you did. Maybe you went to church every day. Maybe you read the Bible every day. But you realized somewhere along the way, things weren't working. And you realized that you were the reason, right? Because you were doing it all wrong. And God stepped in to open that door to help guide you to how to do it right. Ace of Swords, that's the truth. Yeah. Part of what's been hidden from us by these enemies working against us is angels. Um, Temperance, divine timing, angels, that you can work together with these entities to help make positive changes in your life. And that's been hidden. It's been hidden. That is hidden knowledge that has been held back from the public. But God wants to be seen. God's angry because they tried to hide God from people, from everyone, and keep it for themselves. God is not meant to be hidden or held back in any way. God wants to have a personal relationship with every single person. Base chakra. Yeah. So part of what's happening here is, coming out of that past and into the future fancy place by, that getting out of the negativity and moving into a positivity. It's mindset, but it's also who you surround yourself with, or who you allow, to be in your life. Okay. Huh. Yeah, so that basically just goes along with what I was already saying, in that, you have to be choosy about who you allow in your energy, um, what you allow into your body, what you allow into your life, what you allow into your space, into your energy, um, and 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 the chakras. Okay, so this is part of, also, if we're talking about this hidden knowledge, right? This is part of what has been held back from us. Um, this information that they don't want you to know, um, because of mind control, right? So they were, like, I don't want to trigger anything, but like an MKULTRA kind of thing, where they wanted to have control, and in order to do that, they had to make sure that they had knowledge that you did not. Um, and this, so much of this is that knowledge. And they have demonized perfectly good people, who practice these things, and have for a long time, um, for their own agendas. Okay, so child wounded and child divine. Um, and I'm not sure if this is talking about this previous relationship that you have, like co-parenting your children. Maybe your divine children are wounded by your past, their past. And I mean, we all do. We all have, wounds from childhood. That's part of the process that they don't want you to know, is that, this healing, in order to thrive, you have to heal your past. You have to heal your inner child, and it's like, yeah, I don't know. Can I get one more just to like clarify that a little bit? Monk, nun. Okay, right. So yeah, it's like going from being religious to being spiritual. Okay, that's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting here. It's going from being religious to being spiritual, and helping your children to do the same. Um, that is part of what needs to happen here, because we need to be making sure that we're setting it up for future generations to not ever be in a position where they're being, mind conflicted, ever again. Hmm. So what I'm getting from this is, like, getting over myself was the hardest thing I've ever had to do. So if we're talking about going from, religion to spirituality, one of the hardest parts of that is getting over yourself, your ego, what you thought, realizing that, what you thought was wrong, who you trusted, maybe wasn't quite so trustworthy, um, you know, um, opening your mind, like that's really like the hardest part. All right, so So this is okay. So this is more spiritual journey type stuff, right? It never looks like how you think it's going to look. It it never feels like you think it's going like how you think it's going to feel. It's um it's big time. Like deeper than you could ever imagine. It's it's hard. It's I mean it's rewarding. Um but it's hard. It'll knock you down and kick you while you're down when you're going through it. But when you come out, you get to come out in the fancy place. So it's all worth it in the end, I suppose. Um, so let me just see. Did I do? I think I did. I did all of these decks already, but I feel like I'm missing something. Um, yeah. Yeah, I've been hearing a lot about the spirit animals lately, so we'll do that. We'll get you one of these. Um, cat independent. Oh, okay. That's interesting because I've been seeing and hearing a lot about cats lately too. You are a natural healer. Your intuition is strong. You don't have to go with the crowd. Life supports you in every way. So, cats are very spiritual. Cats are very tapped into the spiritual realm. They are known to be protectors, um, very intuitive. And so, you are independent and a natural healer. Like, if you're not at the point in your journey already, then this is where you need to get to, where you are independent. You're not, religion relies on, people grouping together and doing things together and having an intercessor between you and God. But spirituality does not. Spirituality is all about your independence, your sovereignty, your personal relationship with God. And that is how you heal through your personal relationship with God, like a friend, like a friendship, your friendship with God. It's about finding your and building your friendship with God and not in the way that you have been told by religion your whole life, or that your parents' religion, or even hundreds of years, how or the Vatican, thousands of years this has been going on, right? And we're coming out of that. So let's see, is there anything else? What's the tea? All right, we'll try some what's the tea. I kind of feel like it might not be the best deck for this. So if what comes out doesn't jive, I'm not going to take it. But if it does, if it brings something to the message, if it works, then I'll keep it. Let's see. Ooh, legal issues. Okay. So yeah, I'm taking this. I'm going to take this because as above, so below, right? We have a legal system here on Earth that is actually um, based off of the legal system in the spiritual realm. And right now, a lot of people are being taken to spiritual court, right? That's also what the angels and stuff is about, right? The temperance angels, this card that we had over here, and about how people are waking up to how to use that. Well, it's about it's also about how, like, learning how to utilize spiritual court, how to take people to spiritual court. People like this ex, right? This or other narcissists in your life or in the world in general. And um, yeah, okay, I like that. I feel like that's it. That's it. That's pretty good confirmation. Good way to wrap it up. And if you haven't already, please like, share, subscribe to the channel, because things like this are going to keep coming out. I can tell. This is part of the process. This is part of the journey. This is what Spirit wants to put out right now. This is what Spirit wants people to find. So please do your part to help share the message so that those who need to find it can. Um, you know, People are going through their awakenings, and they're looking for that guidance. And we need to be able to help guide them through this. The way that Spirit has guided us. Part of the reason that Spirit did that for us is so that we can turn around and do it for others. All right. So thanks so much. Have a great day, guys.